Mother, man.
Bonjour, my friends. Put on your bunny hug and your insulated panties, because we're going back to Canada, and things are going to get a little fucked up. Let's get our murder metal mayhem on.
Spreading faster than a case of the clap in a trailer court. Able to shatter eardrums within a 666-mile radius. A podcast more brutal than all the rest. It's Murder Metal Mayhem!
All right.
Up, motherfuckers.
Wow, old Russell Williams there giving us quite the intro. How about that?
It is definitely not what he sounded like.
It's Tuesday, and we're throwing down a brand new Murder Metal Mayhem. We're here in Horns High Studios for the Horns High Podcast Network, and episode 238 going down tonight. So,
Fuck. Yeah,
Shane just killing it with that intro, though. Love that.
Yeah, that was good.
Great.
Loved it.
All right.
Yeah.
And Chris and I are here at Horns High. Joey, you're over there in the 419 studios in Toledo, Ohio. What's up?
419 stand up. Yeah, we're fucking out here doing it. Fucking
Tony
ready to
Pacos.
do this fucking shit. Yeah, planning the fucking the visit from you and Jenny when you guys come out here. We hit up that Pacos.
Yeah, I was looking at the menu online and getting hungry just reading it. So yeah, I'm anxious to try it for sure.
Yeah, it was fucking fire when I was there.
Yeah, I'm sure. I can't wait. And some good news here that I announced on Facebook this week or at the end of last week. Personally, I am done at or part-time, I should say, my job for 30 years, the day job. So it gives me a lot more time to write and working on podcast stuff and promoting things, and things are popping already. So watch out. A lot of new shit coming. I'm definitely not going to be hanging out watching Oprah, but I am still working, but just very part-time. So I'm glad that it's worked out, and it should benefit, what we're doing here. So what T-shirts we got on, Chris? How about you?
I got this fucking dope-ass Megadeth shirt I picked up at the show last week.
Awesome.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Very cool. That was good. You said it was a good show?
Yeah, it was a good show. I'll talk about it a little bit in the metal segment.
Yeah, that sounds good. And Joey, what about you, man?
I got the fucking Decrypt shirt, Progressive Holocaust, since I'm doing them in the metal segment.
Nice.
Had to rep that, and I got the Between the Killings hat on because I figured I'd at least keep it Indiana.
There you go. That's a good way to go. And I just got this shirt yesterday, the Dying Fetus shirt that I bought. It's fucking really, really good quality. The artwork is ripping. And it says "one shot, one kill" at the bottom. It's definitely a nice shirt to wear to the grocery store.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Because this just doesn't pull any punches with the logo that you could very easily read.
So the other day I was wearing, we were going shopping or whatever, and I put on fucking the Goremonger shirt, fucking hate cunts with and Violence of the Slams on the back, and the graphic of the dude fucking the corpse and eating the fetus or whatever. And throughout the day, eventually, Courtney's youngest kid was like, "Chris, I just noticed what's on your shirt." I'm like, yeah.
Oh, man. I always love it when I forget, when I'm somewhere,
I didn't care.
People are staring at me, and I look down, I got this Hannibal Lecter shirt on, the one I got where it's like a big image on the front,
right?
Especially my big ass with this fucking Hannibal Lecter. So yeah, very cool. Love going around the horn talking about the shirts and the gear we got going on. Last week, guys, we crushed another good one. Going back to Australia, a place we love to visit. The original gangster,
OG
Chow Hayes, man, that guy was fucking brutal, ruling Sydney with an iron fist and a cutthroat razor
and a gun
and guns. Man, he was like all about the guns.
Just sneak them and hide them.
And shooting people in the middle of fucking public places, not giving a fuck. And it was a good episode. And we brought in our former Australian police officer, Mick, who's been on with us before.
Yep.
His insight is great. You know, he's boots on the ground. He's there, and he's got, you know, really good sense of humor. Love having him on. So that was awesome. And Chris did the metal feature.
Yeah, I did Fulci.
Yeah, and we had quite a few listeners that have already said, "Hey, yeah, that was awesome, man.
Fucking right.
Definitely digging it." And all the usual stupid antics that you know what to expect here. So we were passing 900 to that one today, so that was really good. So thank you very much. And if you missed it, go check out episode 237. And I posted a video today of the murder segment, the video of that 236, which was the Nico Clo feature that we did with Jeff Ignatowski. So that's definitely a good one. It's like an hour and a half ish, but it's well worth checking out. It's just the murder segment.
Speaking of Nico, when are we going to release the news?
I'm wondering about that. I hate to jinx it. So
right.
We've got something cooking. We're going to leave it at that, but looking for it to be the Halloween episode this year. So a little bonus interview that we've got worked out, but I don't want to jinx it and give it away. So, but yeah, go to that YouTube channel. Subscribe to it. I did see an uptick on the subscribers, so already just talking about it and getting some stuff going on there is going to really help. Tonight, though, we are doing a case of a colonel in the Royal Air Force in Canada, Russell Williams, and a
This is a weird fucking story, bro.
A fucked up story of a man who ran an entire military base, getting tangled up in 2 rapes and murders of young women. And that's fucked up enough. But then let's just ramp the fucked upness up a notch. And he is found to have broken into more than 80 homes.
Dude, multiple times same homes.
Yes. Stealing women's lingerie, underwear, and pictures of them, dresses. I mean, it's fucked up. And we're going to have our boy Shane Borczuch, the other half of the Polish fucking mafia, whatever the fuck. So yeah, Shane's going to be on, Canadian listener, friend, and co-host with us. So it's going to be great. He's warming up in the bullpen, getting ready for it. He's fired up, and we're going to do that in the murder segment coming up next. So don't miss that. And then, Joey, what do you got for us tonight? You got the horns in the metal segment.
Going into metal tonight, I'm going to take us to Indiana, Northwest area.
There you go.
I'm going to talk about the band Decrypt. And they're a grindcore band, and they were a huge influence on me, and I'm stoked to talk about them.
Fuck yeah, man. That's cool. I love hearing about stuff I'm not real familiar with. And Chris, you got a Lost Classic?
I do have a Lost Classic ready to go. Boom.
Awesome. And we're going to talk about that new Dying Fetus album that just came out, which is fucking unbelievable. It's just so fucking good. I don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah. Like I said,
it's just amazing.
Talk about the Megadeth show a little bit fucking during metal segment, so fuck yeah.
Yeah, that'll be good. So yeah, we got a lot going on tonight in the metal segment, and some news about Blood Red Throne, some good and some bad. So I want to mention that. And we've got a new Killer Cage match for him.
Yes, we do.
A fan favorite. We get a list that we put together of 100 killers, 100 objects for him to fight with, a variable in the cage, and a song cranking out while they fucking kill each other. It's fucking a lot of fun.
It's always
family friendly.
No, yeah, definitely family friendly.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Shit.
And we got some listeners that provide those random numbers for us, Chris.
Yes.
Want to say thanks.
Yes, this week we want to thank Jason Lapari, Danny Dennis, and Mark Tucker.
Oh yeah.
No freaking nicknames this week.
No
That's
nicknames.
So fucking
I noticed
crazy.
that too. So thank you guys.
So thank y'all. Yeah, appreciate it.
Some familiar faces there, so to speak. And we got a brutal matchup tonight, Joey. This one's going to be a little interesting. one of our favorites from the past in this one.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
we haven't had him for a while. But first we got Alan Legier, and that goes along with our Canadian fucking ties
Yeah, that's
tonight.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But he's going to be going up against one that hasn't been in the cage match for a while.
Not-
But we
No, I don't
definitely
think he
love-
ever's been. I added him later, I think.
Oh, okay. So this is fucking Ricky Casso, the Acid King.
Fuck yes.
Fuck
Say
yeah.
you love Satan.
I can't find that. I know I have the shirt. I can't
know-
find it.
Oh, for real? That
yeah,
sucks.
I know I have it because I've been dying to wear it because
Right.
it's such a good one. And they're gonna have a couple objects, Chris. We know that fucking
variable
gets all
going
crazy, and the song playing. So we'll do that in the Mayhem segment. You got to keep listening for that one. Big thanks to everybody that does listen. We appreciate it, and we're getting up. We're at like 770,000 total listens to Murder Metal Mayhem.
That's fucking
so we're getting
sweet.
close to 800,000. So it's fucking insane.
Love it. Thank
Last
you.
week we were at 2,900, so we appreciate that. So, just spread that word to everybody you know and let them know what you've been listening to, and that
Appreciate you guys.
that we make you laugh and
Hail
fucking
Satan.
gross you out a little bit and hopefully laugh, though. But, Chris, how about those top 10 cities listening?
Obviously, as always, throughout how many years we've been doing this shit?
Over 5 years now.
God damn. Yeah, Chicago
#1.
Then we got Nolans, motherfucking Adelaide, South Australia.
Man, they've been on there.
Yeah, fucking we got Brisbane in Queensland, Australia.
Yeah.
Then we got Athens, Ohio, Brooklyn,
Hey,
Brooklyn 411. No, Brooklyn, New York is at fucking number 6. Then we got Austin, Texas at 7.
Hell yeah.
Temple, Texas at fucking
yeah.
8. Number 9 is Melbourne in Victoria, Australia.
Another one
And
that's
10
been on there.
is Canberra in Australia.
Yeah,
Fucking,
the capital.
What the fuck?
So fuck yeah, 4 Australian cities.
Australia, man. God damn.
Damn. In 4 different well, we call them states, they're provinces, but Canberra is its own territory, but 4 distinctly different places. That's
Right.
super fucking cool. So thank you, Australia. Thank you, everybody. That's fucking fantastic. Joey, what
It's
about
all
the...
United States and Australia.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, it is. Like, top 10's all United States and Australia.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Joey, what about the countries listening?
First off, I'm going to tell Buzzsprout, I'm going to call bullshit on them for their top cities listening, because I know for a fact that our listener Peggy Sue went back and listened to every single episode from number 1 in the last couple weeks.
God damn.
So them
Oh my God.
numbers from Maumee, Ohio should be high as fuck.
I'm surprised, yeah.
She was saying she listened to like a month a day. She listened to
Jesus
a month
fuck,
a
God.
dude.
day. Yeah.
God.
I mean, I
so
guess
Was
that's
she
only
like-
4 episodes.
Was she
but
like
still.
mentally challenged after that?
Right.
I mean, Jesus.
God damn.
So anyway, no, I'm just talking shit. But Buzzsprout, I think you're on bullshit, because I personally, I know she listened to everyone. All right, so our top countries though, we got fucking United States 78%, which actually is down because it was in the 90s for the longest time. So.
Fucking-
Australia's got 9%, and that's probably our biggest fucking jump.
Yeah.
Canada 3%, and 1% or lower. But we got Germany, United Kingdom, Sweden, Taiwan, Denmark, Ireland, and the Netherlands.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. Thanks
Thanks,
you,
guys.
everybody. And make sure you check out our website, murdermetalmayhem.com. We got a lot of cool stuff on there, some merch. And we're going to be getting together. We're going to talk about it in Mayhem, a little CD compilation that we've been chewing the fat about and getting the details worked out. But it's going to be really cool. You'll want to check this out. All right, Chris.
Hey, Joey, what you smoking on, homie?
I'm glad you asked, Chris, because I'm stoked tonight because fucking I got this lemon cherry gelato.
Oh, yeah?
And this is from my homie up in Detroit, and I've been watching these since they was little fucking tiny fucking
Oh,
plants.
you've been
just
watching these
fucking coming
motherfuckers
up.
grow?
Yeah, and fucking waiting on them.
dude.
So, dude, this shit's so fire. So, yeah, tonight's the lemon cherry gelato.
Hell yeah. I don't even know what I'm smoking on, but I know it's fire and it gets
Is
me
it
super
still that
fucking
free?
baked.
The
I
free-
think this is still the free because I got
That's the best.
I got 3 different kinds of weed sitting at home, and I don't smoke like Joey does. Like Joey will fucking get an eighth and fucking have it gone in like fucking 24 hours. My ass sit on an eighth for like a couple weeks.
Well, very cool. Well, I think we got a lot on our plate tonight. We're going to be taking a little trip north to Canada, but we need to get a hold of Shane and hope we can avoid some perverted colonel stealing our fucking underwear.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
fuck that, man.
Let's go get some fucking women's panties, pull our dick out, jerk off, and get our murder on.
Eh?
For fuck's sake,
Fucking
man.
dying fetus.
That was so nasty. That new album, Joey, you mentioned it last week. For fuck's sake, I went and got it. Throw Them in the Van is the song. Love the name of
Man,
that
that's a
song.
fucking
It's
great
just
song
classic. And the album, even more brutal. Make Them Beg for Death. So wicked. From front to back. Holy
Yeah, for
shit.
sure.
It makes me-
Easily top album or in that top 3. Easily.
Make Them Beg for Death makes me think of fucking Casino when they got dude's head in the vice. He's like,
Oh,
kill
yeah.
me.
Right.
Kill me. Frankie, do him a fucking favor.
But yeah, Throw Them in the Van. I saw that in the list. I'm like, oh my God, that's great. All right, well, we got our buddy Shane Borczuch on
What up,
with us.
Shane?
What's up, Shane?
Hey, doing pretty good. Ready to do this thing.
Fuck
Hell yeah. I don't know if you heard it, if it was in the recording or if it was like off camera stuff we did with Mick, where we were talking about the accents and he said something about he would never be able to do Shane's accent. So it was
What?
fun. Yes, and I don't know if you heard the interview with Tex and Mick, the one
Yeah.
that did you listen to that?
I don't remember that, but yeah.
Well, at the end, I had them imitate each other, you know, like
Oh,
read a
okay.
sentence, like Tex had to say shrimp on the Barbie and all this. And I had them both doing that. And that's when I thought that was in that conversation that Mick said, hey, I could never do Shane's accent. So I was laughing about it. So it's just funny, you know, you don't think of yourself having an accent, but obviously we do. And you hear it, but we think it's normal to us.
Normal,
right?
yeah.
So it's just funny how that works. But
Well, y'all ain't got to hear us no more like that. Now we can talk like this the rest of the goddamn time.
the Australian accents though are just really great. So great to have you on, Shane. Of course, we're doing a Canada, story, and these Canadians are just as crazy as anywhere else, and we'd love to have you on. And how's everything going on up there in Winnipeg? What's the weather been like?
No, fuck. Starting to get a little cold. Not bad, though, but, fucking winter's coming.
Yeah, it's been really ridiculous here. It's like summer weather in the upper 80s. It's been kind of crazy, but, it's definitely not looking forward to the winter, that's for sure. I can't stand that shit
No, we just
anymore.
had a big hailstorm here not too long ago, and people's
Oh,
cars,
Jesus.
everything were all fucked up. And
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's not good. All right, well, tonight we're going to be doing the case of a guy who was least expected. That last person on the list you'd think that would do this shit. Homes start getting broken into, women's underwear stolen from their bedrooms, and more.
Oh, plenty
in
more.
Ontario, Canada. And no one would have ever suspected old Colonel Russell Williams, the Royal Air Force Wing Commander of the Trenton base.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 bodies are found, 2 women's bodies are found, raped, murdered. No one would have thought Russell Williams would have been behind that. And
I think they only found the one. He had to show him the other one, right?
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
right.
he
Yeah.
wound up fessing up to the other. But yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about this story tonight. It's the guy next door doing some heinous shit some really weird, freaky shit, and it's going to be fun to talk about it with you, Shane. And we got a lot, I can imagine in the media with a story like this. I mean, it's had to be pretty big. It
was big here, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, even though, you're in a different province than this, I mean, still, it's I don't recall hearing about it down here. I'm just surprised because it definitely, it's got all the, the elements of a big story, the sex, the
violation,
the murder. I mean, it's just got a lot to it, and then the prestige of him being so high up in the military there. I mean, it's just crazy.
It's almost like this case opened up the door for many sexual misconduct cases with the Royal Air Force.
Really? Oh, really? That's
shit,
interesting.
Dude. All right.
No surprise, though. No surprise. And what's that area like, Shane, where this is happening? Like, temperature-wise, like in relation to like you and us?
Well, this all went down Ontario, Canada, and Russell, he was working at the Air Force Base in Trenton, like you said, but he had two different residences. He had a house in Ottawa and a cabin in Tweed. Now, Ottawa is a very large metropolitan area, and it's the capital of Canada. So we got a mixed bag. We're going from picturesque lakeside cabin country to a large metropolitan area, and it's on the east coast of Canada, slightly northeast of Lake Ontario, and Ottawa is north of New York, almost in line with Syracuse.
Right.
Okay, so we have Trenton where he worked, a house in Ottawa, and a cabin in Tweed. And there was about a 3-hour drive between his house and work, and the cabin was only about 45 minutes away. So he stayed at the cabin mainly, and his wife stayed at their house in Ottawa, and he would travel back and forth.
Yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, that's really wild to go from, like you're saying, major metropolitan to a cabin in the woods, country, basically. So that's interesting. And it's always nice to have you painting that picture for us, Shane, because sometimes video and words on a screen don't quite cut it. So. Now, Chris, it seems many times the Canadian case is, not as well known as we've said so many times.
That's probably because there's some crazy shit down here.
Yeah, I think we got enough to keep the news people pretty busy,
Honestly, the way the media is these days, I'm not surprised they don't use more foreign cases like this to distract everybody from the real shit.
Yeah, that's a good point, too. That's a damn good point. But, you think about all the craziness that's happened in the United States the last 30 or 40 years. I mean, it amazes me because I really would have thought I would have heard about this one, but I did not. What about you, Joey? What did you know about Russell Williams? Had you heard of him?
Oh, yeah, this case was huge to me. As our listeners know, I'm big into the interrogations, and the Russell Williams interrogation is easily and probably the top 5 best interrogations of all time. Jim Smith, who was the fucking detective on that case, was fucking amazing. Like, he fucking dropped the fucking sickest performance and got him to fucking admit that shit. I mean, he had all the evidence with him, too. I've seen people talk shit, but he did a great job. Not to mention, Jim Smith was also on the Terry Lynn McClintock case, and fucking Michael Rafferty in the case of fucking Tori Stafford, who was killed, which that case is fucking high profile too. But he also found her body before they ever even fucking confessed to it. Jim Smith did on an intuition to go fucking look in a spot. So anyway,
maybe he did
he's right, possibly, right? But he's a huge name, and then Colonel Williams, I mean, that's just a fucking high profile person to begin with. That dude, I mean, he flew goddamn fucking the
Queen of England,
the Prime Minister and the Queen of England. Yeah, like Jesus Christ. But fucking, what I like is like I said, his interrogation super, super well known, so I knew it because of that.
Yeah.
I like that tonight that on Murder Mel Man, we're going to go more into the cases and the crimes that he really did, which is something I think that's been overlooked a lot with this guy.
Yeah, I agree, dude. I agree. I had never heard of him. Just saw him on YouTube as I was watching other stuff. And the Fifth Estate, I love their work.
Yeah.
They are fantastic over there in Canada. They put together a really good documentary about this, really summed it up nice. And I remember watching stuff on Gabriel Wortman, which was another good episode we did of a Canadian case. The Fifth Estate stuff was really good. So really, really quality material there. And I remember adding him to the list after watching that, knowing that it would be a good one for Shane to come on, and me and Shane were in touch, and he agreed. Yeah, that's a good one. So yeah, he's been on the radar ever since I heard about it. But he was born David Russell Williams in England in 1963. He went by Russell or Russ. His family immigrated to Chalk River, Ontario, Canada when he was a kid. His dad had a job as a metallurgist, and in case you didn't know, I looked this up just to be prepared. Metallurgy, that's how you pronounce that. Is a study of metals. So I mean, that's fucking badass. His dad was studying metal.
It's kind of what we do in the metal segment, right?
So his dad worked for Chalk River Laboratories as a nuclear researcher. So definitely some pretty high level shit.
Yeah.
Pretty close to a rocket scientist, and definitely smarter than us, Chris.
Way smarter
fucking
than
brain giant, that's for sure.
God damn.
Without a doubt. So Shane, there's a bit of turmoil though in the family here. And the parents get divorced.
That's right. They just immigrated to Canada, and they moved to this new house, new neighborhood, and his parents got on a little too well with the neighbors, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was like the TV show Wife Swap, but for real. Russell's dad cheats on his mom with the neighbor's wife, and Russell's mom hooks up with the neighbor's husband. So, both families divorce, and they both get remarried in this bizarre spousal flip-flop. And Russell even took on the stepdad's name, and he got along good with his stepdad, and he lived with his mom, but still remained close with his dad. And they moved to Scarborough, which is a Toronto suburb, and the divorce didn't really seem to affect Russell. He didn't have any traumatic effects from it or anything.
That's good. And, unfortunately, a lot of kids go through divorce, parents getting
pretty
divorced,
common.
Unfortunately. So yeah, that's interesting with the whole fucking swapping situation.
Yeah, that's fucked up, dude. And the fact he changed his name for a short period too.
Yeah, that is weird. And then went back to Williams. I'm not sure. Now, Chris, he goes through high school and does pretty well.
Yeah, he's doing good. Life's good.
Right.
Life's good. Got a fucking dad, a bonus dad, a mom, a bonus mom. But yeah, he fucking he's doing his shit. Fucking going to school. Fucking doing his paper route. Fucking take piano lessons and shit. Should have fucking played something a little heavier,
right?
Because I know, but
his dad's studying metal. I mean, he should have been a drummer or a
exactly.
fucking bassist or something.
Fucking could have been a badass drummer,
guitar player.
Yeah, but then they eventually moved to South Korea for his stepdad's job because he was working in basically the same field as his dad was.
Right.
And so they moved there, and he kind of getting picked on in school because he wasn't from there. So his parents sent him back to Canada to a boarding school where he finished high school and shit. And he did his thing, and then he decided, I need to do more with my life after high school.
Yeah.
Did you see in Korea there, someone was bugging him, and they called him an American, and he got really upset. He was really pissed off about that.
Oh, shit. No, I didn't see that. That's funny. That's hilarious. But, he's...
Fucking American!
He's starting to get into this loner situation. We see this so much with these people we talk about here. I'm guessing, the fact his parents are in another country, he's kind of off by himself. I mean, you're going through puberty, that's when,
right.
Things get confusing anyway. And so, there's probably a lot going on in his head, and he's by himself a lot. But he seemed to like that. And he was, people thought of him as a little weird. I did see an interview with one of his college buddies. He said he had a real serious girlfriend for a while, and she broke up with him, and he was like completely devastated.
Yeah, I saw that too.
You know, and
that was like when he was in
everybody
college,
can
right?
relate to that. You know,
Yeah.
been through some shit like that, right? But most people get over it, you know, but he did not, and he said it was at least 10 years that this guy knew, and he was his close friend, that he had even, you know, had a girlfriend at all.
That's
So
fucking.
just was really
That's fucking weird.
Didn't want to have anything to do with it. And so he's in college here at, as Shane mentioned, in Scarborough, there in a suburb of Toronto. Now, Joey, it sounds like this may have been the start of old Russell having a thing against women. What do you think, dude?
It's possible, and you know, he's all into some other things too, and like to wear the women's clothes and do all that. So, I mean, I don't know exactly where all that stemmed from and how much of it was regressed because he hated that part of himself, or if he did, or
Right.
but I don't even know. And I saw some other things that said kind of the same thing, that I don't even know if there was any intrinsic hatred towards any of the women that were his victims.
Right.
He just didn't have any feelings
feeling at all,
towards them. Yeah, like he just didn't get, it was completely just fucking driven by his motivation for his sadistic or sexual pleasures.
Yeah, definitely very everything sexual, you know, by nature for sure. You know, that was his thing. And Shane, he had a thing for some pranks there in Scarborough, and I remember when I read that, I'm like, wait a minute, wasn't that old Paul Bernardo's stomping grounds?
Oh yeah, they
there?
were going the same time.
Yeah, I wonder if they were like, you know, buddies. I don't know. Bernardo would be a little bit older, I think, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, they were there at the same time.
Yeah, they were at
you
school
know.
the same time.
Oh wow,
Could have happened.
Yeah, they could have bumped into each other for
Yeah,
real.
that's
Because
kinda
they were
crazy.
there the same time.
Okay.
But yeah, it's fucking crazy.
So I just wonder if you think he had anything, you know, maybe he was an inspiration, but if they were there at the same time, then that wouldn't be the case. He wouldn't have known about it. So just, but what was the thing with him hiding in the closets, dude?
Well, yeah, he would hide in the closet and jump out and scare the fuck out of his friends. You know, it's just very strange, and he had patience for sure. I mean, it's one thing sneaking up on somebody and scaring the shit out of them, but
Right.
it's an entirely different thing when you're hiding for hours in somebody's
Right.
closet to scare them.
Right.
It's been like a whole work day
And
in
I
the
wonder
closet.
if that was symbolic for being in the closet. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know.
I
I'm
think
just
he was
throwing it out.
setting himself up for a little bit of a rush. You know, he's
Right.
waiting, and he's building the giddy anticipation,
Oh,
just waiting for the
God.
right moment to jump out and scare the shit out of somebody.
That's
You know
so
how like
fucking
some
weird.
people like to sit on balloons and
Right.
wait for them to pop, that type of
Oh,
thing.
sure,
you know,
sure.
there's just the anticipation, and
Interesting.
you know, I would bet money at this time that he, not only hiding in the closets and shit like that, he was probably spying on his roommates and getting a bit of a taste for voyeurism.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and for sure he was snooping through their shit as soon as they were gone. And
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm
one
sure.
of the
there
other
were-
jokes he liked to do was the old saran wrap over the toilet seat.
Oh,
We
yeah,
love that
yeah.
one.
Classic.
I saw that
Classic.
shit. Yeah.
And then once he changed out the tumbler on somebody's lock so their key wouldn't work, you know, it's classic Russell,
Yeah.
always fucking with people.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But
And I saw. Go ahead, Pete.
No, go ahead, Joey.
I was just gonna say I also saw that during that time period with his roommates and stuff that he was like very meticulous and organized and chore oriented, where he had everybody had
Dude.
a program basically, so
They
they
called
could
him
keep their
Sarge.
apartment-
Yeah, they called him
Yeah,
Sarge.
the place was immaculate. Yeah.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
straight up, no, fuck you, dude. You ain't gonna tell me, fuck you.
So that would have been crazy though if he did hook up with Bernardo. It's like if those two would have got together
Oh,
and
my
started some
God,
group killing, you know,
Oh,
that would have been
God.
fucking worst case Ontario right there. You
There
know?
you go. Bam.
Definitely.
Yeah.
First trailer
You need those
park
two in a
boy
killer
rep.
cage match, you know, a Scarborough alumni match.
There you go. I like that. I don't know if you saw in the notes the cage match tonight. We got Legier in there. So,
Yeah.
yep. All right, so he joins the Royal Air Force in 1987, gets his wings in 91. He said the movie
The
Top Gun was his inspiration. So
That is so fucking cheesy.
Right,
it is
that's
so
fucking
cheesy.
hilarious
It's so
as shit.
ridiculous.
And apparently he wouldn't shut up about it. He was like,
Yeah.
Maverick this and Goose that.
Oh,
and
I'm
it's
sure.
like,
What
shut
a
the fuck up
douchebag.
already.
Such an ass. I can only imagine him in flight school, like saying like lines,
yeah.
you know, the Iceman shit, and just fucking be ridiculous. But he's not a fighter pilot. He's a cargo pilot and passenger planes too. But he's not a fucking, you know, Goose or
Yeah,
Maverick.
he's not
or
out
anything.
there fucking flying.
Yeah, and I'm not belittling a pilot of a cargo plane. I'm just saying that
Don't claim
the
you're
Top
something.
Gun thing is a little bit much. His military career, though, is impressive, which makes this story that much more fucked up to any of us that have served in the military. I mean, that's just fucking awful. And this guy rises up the ranks. He gets a master's degree, very accomplished, lots of awards, flew important people. You mentioned it, Chris, the Queen and prime ministers and everyone in between. I mean, definitely kicking ass, you know, in the career, and gets the job of the commander of this very prestigious Trenton
He's
Air Base.
running
So,
this shit, dude.
yeah, I mean, he's just killing it. So, Chris, he ends up getting married, though.
Yeah, he marries marries Mary.
Out of the blue,
Yeah,
the buddy
Elizabeth,
was like,
yeah.
I never even knew he was dating somebody.
Right, because after old girl broke up with him, he was all salty and shit. Fucking, but yeah, like we were talking about earlier, the house in fucking Ottawa, or the suburb of Ottawa or whatever, and he's only staying there because of the, like Shane was saying, the fucking place in Tweed, the cabin in Tweed was closer to base, so he just like
Right.
basically going between base and fucking the cabin and going to Ottawa every now and again to see his family, which that gives him all the time in the world to do whatever the fuck he wants to do. He's by himself anyway for the most part. But yeah, and they basically, after all this fucking shit that happens, she actually divorces him. But
Right.
I understand why. Like,
Yeah,
holy
without
shit.
without a doubt. So, like we said, he's in this cottage here in Tweed on Cozy Cove Lane. Tweed is a town of about 6,000 people between Toronto and Ottawa, where a lot of the military families are living. The Trenton Air Base is where Russell Williams, again, is the base commander, not that far away, and he took that job in July of 2009. And all of a sudden, there's this rash of burglaries going on in the area. And they show a map on that Fifth Estate documentary of all the
Probably
spots.
his house is
Yeah,
right in
it's
the
fucked
middle.
up.
It's ridiculous. His house is
It's
in the middle
of it.
of like 50 or 60 dots. I'm not even exaggerating. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's the only
Like,
one not touched.
yeah, like, dude, like, really? I mean, how lazy are you?
At least call
It's
in
like,
some
it's like in the
shit.
movies where they put pins on a map.
Yeah,
You know, if they would have
exactly.
drew the lines between the houses, it would have been right on Russell's house.
Exactly. Yeah, it was unbelievable. I mean, and you're talking just a few blocks. This is not like what Shane was saying earlier, the major metropolitan. This is a cabin in the woods. This is very sparse. So the fact that there's that many in that small of an area is fucking ridiculous, you know?
The only thing I can think is that he was thinking that his name and
Oh, I'm
stature
sure.
was so prestigious that no one around there would ever consider him to be a suspect.
Well, did
anyway.
you see the one documentary where they interviewed the neighbor and he said somebody was investigating and went to the door and he
Yeah,
wasn't there?
yeah.
And the neighbor said, "Oh, that's the Trenton Air Force Base commander. Oh, wow. Well, we don't need to worry about him."
Yeah.
And they moved on.
Right,
So
right.
that's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what he was counting on, I'm sure, you know. But
Yeah.
just so fucking lazy. This guy's got this 23-year career, and of course that's going to bring a lot of weight with it. So now Joey, he's doing some nasty and weird shit, and we talked a little bit about this, but what exactly was this motherfucker doing, man?
Well, he gets into some fucking more brutal shit a little bit later, but
Right.
at this point in time, he is huge into, like you were saying, burglaries. He wanted to fucking break into all kinds of houses, and he wanted to steal undergarments. He liked the bras, the panties, He get him out of the fucking, the dirty laundry, fucking.
Yeah, those are the
He was
best
stealing-
ones, bro.
Yeah, there was just people coming home finding their whole fucking underwear drawer wiped out, like just gone. And,
Did you see those
fuck-
pictures of him online in the underwear?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Oh,
gosh. It's
It's like him and fucking BTK toss up on the creepiest dudes.
Oh, God.
But oh god, the killer cage match of them in their fucking
Oh
panties.
my god, dude.
Yeah,
that would be
that's-
good.
Well,
that would be good.
And anyway, but he was stealing all this shit, but he was also like fucking stealing all their like sex toys. Like this lady's like, all my dildos were gone.
Yeah.
And so the dude is fucking creep, man. And we were talking about that he was doing this all within like a 3-mile radius of his house. So that means almost everybody that he saw in his neighborhood, he's like, oh, I know what your pussy smells like from
Exactly.
the panties.
He's like, I sniff that shit every day.
I wonder if like the closest Walmart saw like an instant like depletion of all their underwear.
Why are we all out of women's
like
underwear
what
all
the
the
fuck
time?
is going on? Like why are all these people buying women's underwear?
Well,
Well,
fuck, he
he's
collected enough
stealing
to
it.
open his own store.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah,
for
you
sure.
did.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
for real.
Fucking put that shit out on eBay, man. So there's even one case that he took dresses, shoes, bathing suits. He even went through. This is so creepy. He goes through the family photo albums and took pictures of their 15-year-old daughter out of all the family photo
See, I
albums.
think this dude had
That's
pedophilic
fucked up.
tendencies.
Well, a little bit. And then he goes and jerks off and leaves his fucking spud on her fucking dresser.
He just cummed all over this chick.
Yeah, I mean, blows his load all over this girl's dresser. I mean, dude, seriously, what the fuck?
Oh,
And-
yeah.
What the
How
fuck?
the
Did you
fuck
see
are
there?
you-
He typed "thank you" on the girl's
Yes, I
computer
did see
too. Was in
that.
French.
Yeah.
Merci.
Like, merci, yeah. Did you,
I forgot.
Not the first time he's going to do that.
that whole thing fucking jerking off on the dresser makes me think of Ron Jeremy's face in the porno booth in Boondock Saints.
There's got to be.
I just can't see.
There's got to be a
I can't see-
grindcore song in this, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely is. I'm just so confused on how he was so fucking high up in the goddamn Air Force, and this isn't that far off from big time DNA fucking shit.
I know.
How is he that? How does he not know that that's going to come back?
I
on him
agree.
like
He
that,
said, "Come
that
back."
Act, you know,
That's so
yeah, come back.
stupid. Yeah, I mean, this is after 2009. I mean, like that's
Yeah.
very much in the DNA era, you
Right.
know?
No, I mean, obviously
That's
not like
just
today,
ignorant,
but
man.
still, they knew how to do that.
Yeah, I
they
mean,
knew how to
that's
pull comb off
yeah.
a body and be like, "Oh, we figure something out."
Yeah, I mean, this guy's leaving his fucking shit all over the dresser. I mean, that's just fucked up. And, you know, it's just amazing how many of these were going on in such a concentrated place. Now, Shane, did you catch the interview with the lady we were talking about this? The
did.
music teacher. What was her
The-
name, man?
Ann Marson Cook, the lady with the, it looks like a fake tan, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, she missing all her dildos. Pretty crazy. Stole from her nightstand. She said at first she thought someone in the family was playing a joke on
Yeah,
her.
what the
but
fuck kind of family you got,
Yeah,
man?
no shit,
Like,
like-
grandpa stealing your dildo?
Yeah, she seemed to
Seriously.
be pretty proud of it. Like
did.
I don't know.
It
Yeah,
had to be impressive, Shane. I mean, she was all like poof chested about it, like, and laughing so candidly. I'm just thinking, like, I don't know. I mean, like, normally you would say like intimate things or
That's a
personal
That's
items.
that hallway.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're just saying, you know, her dildo collection, like, what the fuck, you know?
It's like a fucking whole like just displayed out fucking wall.
Yeah, I
full
mean,
and
we
shit.
really need to see the evidence here to explain what exactly is worthy of a dildo collection that this guy felt he had to steal. I mean, that's just fucking weird.
She got that hallway that shirt off. So, oh yeah, dude, Michael showed me a shirt today, dude, that said fucking just a hot dog looking for a hallway. God
And
damn.
Shane, I wondered if it was a Canadian thing to be more outspoken about that sort of thing. Do you think?
You know, I would say it is a Canadian
I
thing.
mean,
You
are
know,
we
you know,
more
back in
hung
the-
up on shit here in the U.S.?
I don't know. Back in the day, that's why people came to Canada. You know, when it was first being settled, Canada was a haven. You know, you wanted to get your freak on away from the judgment of the puritanical churches of the time. And
And we have
you know, I actually
collections of
Googled it.
dildos.
I Googled it, and Canada is on the list of most openly sexual. It was on the list very consistently.
Okay.
You know, that's what happens when you have winter for 6 months of the year.
That's
Stats
true.
Canada, Statistics
True.
Canada.
What's your,
They report lots of babies between July, August, September. You take that back 9 months,
Right.
and guess what? It's fucking
Dead of
winter.
winter,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck,
you got to
can
stay
I-
warm somehow, eh?
That's great.
What's
dude.
your what's
That's
your
great.
what's your collection of fleshlights look like?
Pretty bright.
You put a black light on them bitches. Damn.
So she even had her male neighbor and a friend there talking and laughing about this whole dildo thing. It was just cracking me up. But he returned her to the house, and they find a fucking message on her desktop. And you were talking about this earlier. I didn't hear about the Merci that he left her,
Yeah.
which is fucked. But this one, he leaves on her computer monitor. It said, "Go ahead and call the police. I want to show the judge your really big dildos."
So fucked, dude.
Oh my God. Like, and she's freaking the fuck out. I mean, who wouldn't be? And then she really, what was funny though, was what really threw it over the top was when she went upstairs and he stole all her underwear. I'm like, the dildo collection wasn't worth more of your fucking
those
fury
things ain't
than
cheap, yo.
Then yeah, I guess that fucking underwear. I don't know what how much underwear she had, but apparently it was enough to throw her right over the edge,
God
and she
damn.
just lost it.
fucked up, dude.
But this was not in tweed. So the cops, they're not putting two and two together, whatever. I don't know. There must have
Like,
been
you can
a lot of panties being stolen in the area. Like, I don't
It's like
know.
motherfucking Revenge of the Nerd shit.
So, Chris, I mean, I wonder if anyone has ever stolen your brother Michael's dildo collection.
Oh man, he would fucking kill people.
Would he? Yeah.
He's got
or
that
is he
mache-
the one stealing
He's
other
got that
people's-
machete dildo.
That's right. That's right. So,
But yeah, no, I think Michael just likes to just take and slap people with dildos across the fucking head, dude.
okay.
Fuck
All
yeah,
right.
so-
He's a pretty brutal guy. I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. But, when this is all over, the cops said he burglarized.
Like 80 fucking goddamn
Burglarized.
houses, just stealing fucking goddamn women's fucking lingerie, clothing, and taking fucking pictures of himself.
Right.
Like,
Oh, so
seriously.
many pictures.
Yeah. Lots and
like
lots and lots of
BTK,
pictures.
but like on a higher
On
level, dude.
steroids. Yeah, for sure.
And like he'd be doing that fucking pose, looking behind the back and shit, like wearing these fucking panties. Like, goddamn, you love this shit, bro.
Yeah,
if you
he was
didn't
like
go as
Tu
far
Wong,
as
he was like Tu Wong Fu like all
Right.
fucking day long.
see, if the internet was
So
better,
they had over 500 pairs of panties.
Wow.
so yeah,
That's
it's
a
like
lot, man.
ridiculous amount.
That's crazy.
So I mean, he is categorizing, cataloging. I mean, he needs like a full-time fucking librarian to fucking catalog.
Dude, he's
this
definitely
shit.
got a fucking freaky ass intern.
Yeah. He's also wearing the stuff like we said, and oh yeah, just all these pictures, then jerking off with the fucking stuff on. I mean, over the fucking top and just grossed out, creepy, fucking weird motherfucker. And Joey, I mean, if this dude is doing this shit in like the 50s, you could just kind of say, well, he's kind of feeding his fetish there, but in the modern age, I mean, like, he should have been able to get his hands on this stuff and then also had the wherewithal to cover his tracks a little bit,
Yeah, but I don't think it was so much just that, because he could easily have just been fucking, buying lingerie somewhere anytime. But he wanted it to be from people he saw. I believe that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Or people he knew. I think he wanted the fear in the community. The fucking, people scared and locking their doors and stuff, and he knew that he was doing that, and at the same time, he knew that he was cubing and fucking holding down a normal persona in front of everybody. So it's just like double the kicks for him, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And he, that motherfucker too, he's, I don't know, fucking, I don't know. He was just weird. I can't really think where my mind was going right there, but yeah.
Yeah, he was definitely, like you said, cubing very effectively, able to do this.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. On top of, like, not only fucking is he doing all this crazy weird shit, but he has his family, but he's also got his career that he's fucking,
pulling the wool over all their eyes.
Going upwards. Yeah. Everything that he's doing is taking fucking concentration and work to make these things a reality.
Right.
The fact that his sloppiest of them is his criminality isn't a surprise to me, but maybe more surprise that it did take so long.
Right. I did see an account of a woman with an infant who was raped in her home and photographed by the assailant. He leaves her alive, but he's definitely ramping it up. I mean, stealing panties isn't doing it. Now he's got to rape people. And another victim...
take pictures of it.
Yeah, said it happened to her, photographed the same way, very similar, went on for hours, and he is getting bolder. And then the next door neighbor gets suspected for a while because somebody thought his voice sounded similar to the assailant, this guy Larry Jones, and he went through fucking hell. I mean, they put him through a pretty rigorous, questioning, multiple weeks it went on until he was finally cleared. So that's just got to be awful. And Shane, I mean, he is not satisfied with just stealing some panties anymore, dude.
No, it escalates. It escalates quickly, and raping isn't enough for him. He moves on to murder.
That's right. Definitely the reason why we're here talking about some murder. But this 27-year-old, Jessica Lloyd, I mean, she's the one that's missing from her home there. I mean, what's going on with that?
Well, she lived in Belleville, and that's the same place where all the dildos were stolen. And
just
dildo.
Just to be clear.
Yeah, and then they find out, this is where they piece things together, and they find out Russell Williams was the guy behind her disappearance. Some really good work here by the Ontario Provincial Police.
Yeah.
As much as we like to point out when the authorities fuck up, you really got to give the OPP credit here. And
you down with OPP?
So what happened is... down with OPP. So somebody drove by Jessica's place, and they happened to notice an oddly parked SUV in the field beside her house. Now, it was a full moon that night, and the driver, he's rubbernecking, checking his surroundings out. You get pretty good visibility out in the country like that, and with a full moon,
right.
There's no light pollution from the city, and it's beautiful out in the countryside, and you should really watch for deer coming out of the ditch.
You definitely need to do
like
that. Goddamn.
Right.
Yeah, anyways, he thought the lone white SUV in the middle of the field was odd. He took a mental note, and then the news of Jessica's disappearance breaks, and he calls the police. The OPP jump right into action. They went out to the field. They found the tire tracks. They found footprints leading from the tracks right to Jessica's house. Just like fucking CSI, they took molds of the tire tracks and footprints.
So stupid.
They figured out what type of tire it was, narrowed it down to what type of vehicle, figured out how many of those vehicles are in the area. Without any hesitation, they put up, start doing check stops.
Yep.
And checking vehicles. So Russell gets stopped, going back to the cabin after work. And the cops, he tries pulling rank, but the cops don't budge on that shit. They don't budge.
They not at all. They know.
Russell tries to get out of it. He says, I'm in a hurry to get home because my kid is sick. And what a stupid fucking lie. He doesn't even have any kids.
That's fucking stupid.
That's pretty easy to debunk,
Exactly. He's really smart, but really stupid at the same time.
It's one of those, dude,
they didn't need that anyways.
I say this a lot about about a lot of people. Yeah, you're pretty high on the genius, but you're super low on the common sense, bro.
Right, right.
So they check his tires. It's a fucking exact match to the mold they took. So now they got reason to investigate Russell further. They invite him down to the station for some questions. Meanwhile, they get a search warrant to search his house. When Russell shows up at the station, they execute those warrants, and he consents to having prints of his boots made. And wouldn't you know it, he wore the same fucking boots to the police station as he was wearing at Jessica's. Exact same boots. People, remember, always burn your clothes after doing any crazy crimes like that.
Yeah, that one we did in Ohio, Southern Ohio. What was the Pike County one?
The Pike County.
That where they went out and bought special shoes for the murder. I mean, that's pretty smart because you use them and then you pitch them or leave them there or whatever, and then you don't ever use them again. You know? But this guy just so fucking stupid.
It was like 1985 that fucking Richard Ramirez left an Avia fucking footprint, and the whole world knew that right then.
Right.
Don't leave your footprints at fucking crimes.
That's a good point, man.
And so that's it. It's fucking game over, man. The evidence is pretty damning. Russell, he totally caves after being grilled, and he comes clean. He gives them the location of Jessica's body. They find all his pictures, over 500 pairs of panties, and whack of other personal shit, and everything that was meticulously detailed in logbooks.
Yeah.
So,
I like in his fucking interrogation though. Like once they brought his wife, they used the wife. Once they brought his wife into it, he's like, "Fuck." And they asked where the body was, and he's straight up just like, "You got a map?" Like. Dude, like, they did that wife thing. Like, your family's fucking. He's like, fuck.
They'll use that leverage, man. They'll use it, and this is so reminiscent of the Bill Suff case that we just did, where they got him on tire tread at a checkpoint
because he had fucking four different
tires on his car, distinct.
Right.
But that reminds me of this one. It's just so funny how a lot of these true crime cases have so many similarities that it's easy to get confused. We do these cases every week. I mean, there's a lot to remember, even with notes, in a week, and then you got to get rid of that and go on to the next one, and then the next one. I mean, it's relentless. So these cases are eerily similar to others. It just, the Bill Suff one really got me because of the checkpoint with the tire tread. So that's awesome. And you guys are mentioning the interrogation. It was fantastic. That interrogator was amazing. The behavior panel on YouTube, they were very complimenting of that interrogator. They do a good breakdown and talk, the whole meltdown of Russell Williams in that interview. Just really, really good. So did not take that long for the mighty colonel to, fold under questioning and, like you said, Chris, use the wife for leverage and get him to talk. What's fucked up, though, is that he puts the body of Jessica near the hunting camp in Tweed, where his neighbor Larry was using. And Larry said he remembered talking to Russ about that and that he knew exactly where his camp was. So did he do that to frame the neighbor? Probably, or at least put it somewhere that didn't tie to him, I just thought that was fucked up. But, the neighbor was lucky, because if they hadn't have seen that SUV out in that field that night, it's very likely that the neighbor, Larry Jones, would have gone down for this instead of Russ Williams. So
would have been highly suspect anyway.
Without a doubt. Now, Chris, this is all going on, but there's other rapes and murders that they're trying to solve here. So what happens?
There was a female member of the Air Force. Sorry. She was like a flight attendant and shit, whatnot. She was a corporal. Her name is Marie France. How do you pronounce that?
Como.
All right, cool. My bad. Yeah, but he had fucking which is weird because they worked together. He was basically kind of her boss and shit on the fucking base.
Yeah, I mean, he was everybody's boss. He was the fucking commander of the whole fucking base.
But yeah, he I don't remember how they got together or whatever, like in the house or whatnot. But he broke in. Never mind. He broke into her fucking house, and he sexually assaulted her and whatnot. He had his face covered at first, but then like, didn't he? Isn't she the one that he wrapped the duct tape around her mouth and everything, and then duct tape her nose shut?
That's right.
I believe
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Like,
Suffocated her.
yeah, just like holy shit, man. That
Yeah,
I
that's
just
rough, man.
sat there and watched her die, and then he fucking just went back to the base and went back to work, dude. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, man? And then he fucking. Could you imagine this man sends a fucking condolences letter to her family after he gets fucking sentenced and shit? Could you?
No, it was while he was the commander. He wrote the letter.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah,
because that's what they do in the military. Is the commander usually
Has to
writes
write
a
the
letter?
dude. Yeah, that's what's fucked up.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
that's
you
fucked
knowing
up.
you fucking did that,
And then later, imagine the parents thinking like they've
Holy
got that thing in like a scrapbook of their daughter, you know?
yeah, like oh, we got this from her military
Yeah.
service, and then it's like
That's
oh,
awful,
well,
man.
fuck you.
That is so fucking heinous, man. That's just on a different fucking level, man. You know, and as a superior officer to a corporal, for God's sakes, you know, that's just crazy. A complete total piece of shit. And it takes a little time, but they get in the crack on that interrogation, and he talks about Jessica Lloyd as well as Corporal Como. And they originally thought he may have been guilty on a couple of others, but those didn't pan out. I didn't hear much about why. I'm assuming no evidence, but I'm not sure how likely, you know, or how similar these other cases were. But they only got him for the 2. But they also did get him on 82 counts of breaking and
82 counts.
breaking and
so
entering
many.
and
Dude,
theft,
wasn't it?
as well as the 2 rapes and murders. So they got him on a lot
Did
of
you guys
shit.
hear this?
Solid case.
It was like 32 minutes of reading out all his charges, some shit like that. It was like
Yeah,
it was like
yeah.
a ridiculous amount of
Wow.
time just reading all his charges out.
Wow.
Like,
Did they do it like panty by panty?
I
Like,
guess, yeah. This yeah, yeah.
and they're doing it like
Well, he
they're doing
documented it so
military
good, you know?
style. One, you know, dildo, 8-inch.
right.
Steel, you know, like, you know, the military would.
Yeah.
Now, Shane, this has just got a fucking rock. I mean, the area. I mean, holy shit! What a sensational story, right? The colonel of the Air Force base goes down like this. I mean, holy shit!
Yeah, it's all very odd. Everybody was shocked, and especially like you say with his exemplary military career, and that's when everybody starts looking retrospectively, looking to see if there could have been any warning signs. And the odd thing is that there were no red flags or warning signs, something that you could check off, like with all the serial killers that we've discussed on Murder, Metal, and Mayhem. He wasn't antisocial, didn't set fires, didn't hurt animals, no head injuries, no history of abuse or traumatic incidents, and as a child he was smart, remarkably normal, didn't display any deviant characteristics whatsoever.
Right. He just turned 40 something and said, fuck
when he
the world.
got older, yeah, just crazy. When he got older and he left home to boarding school and college, the one thing they did say is he became arrogant and he had a sense of self-superiority, and then he started with the pranking and being fucking annoying, and didn't drink or do drugs, so that wasn't a factor. He just seemed to have some type of hidden violent nature. If I would say anything, definitely he's an adrenaline junkie. Definitely had some type of impulsive and compulsive disorders, but just because you're a cross-dressing, adrenaline junkie voyeur with OCD doesn't mean you'll start breaking into people's houses, stealing panties, raping, and killing
It
people.
definitely does not.
It's just
No, so
wild,
there's
the
no really
escalation
clue.
with this guy. I mean,
Yeah.
he went from 0 to 60 pretty quick. I mean,
Damn quick.
Wow.
There's no clue why he crossed that line,
Yeah.
and he came out of nowhere. No rhyme or reason to why he did what he did.
Yeah.
And they postulated that it could be maybe some type of genetic predisposition to violent, but fuck, Lord only knows, boys. This is just a fucking mystery.
yeah, and the whole person next door thing, we talk about this so much, Gacy,
Yeah.
Bundy, I mean, all these guys, so convincing. Like, you would have no fucking idea they were doing this kind of shit. It's just such a shock. I mean, they're really good at acting. I've watched enough stuff here to talk, these cops and different people that analyze that type, and the books I'm reading on psychopathy for this character I'm working on, and so the amount of acting that it enables them to do what they do. They have to learn the behavior,
Right.
and the reactions that normal people have, and then make it seem convincing
And mimic it.
It's fucked up. It's really fucked up. So obviously the Air Force is totally devastated here. They strip him of all his rank, awards, any fucking memory of this motherfucker. And I never seen this before. They burned his uniforms and shredded his commission.
All his fucking...
It's gone. You're totally gone. You never existed.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's
like,
just
fuck
not
you,
fucking
gone.
around. And I don't know if the U.S. does shit like that, but they should, because that's fucking cool. That guy was a piece
Yeah,
of
they're just like,
fucking
you
shit.
were never part of this fucking military.
Fuck
Fuck
you.
you.
So, that's just unbelievable. So, October 2010, he pleads guilty to all the charges. The wife, as we said, divorces him right away. He gets life, but is eligible for parole in 25 years. For a while, he's on suicide watch. Apparently, tried to kill himself by shoving a toilet paper roll down his throat.
That's fucking... Like,
That's
that's so fucked up. Dude.
Choking on soggy cardboard.
Yeah,
that's
that's good
gross.
times. Good times.
So he's not getting along very well in prison, apparently. That's very good. He's in a maximum security prison in Quebec right now, rotting away. So
Get
fuck
it.
you, Russell
Yeah,
Williams.
yeah.
You're a piece of shit. Guys, anything to add to the dildo-stealing, killing colonel here tonight?
So
Panty
I
thief.
think I saw that, and it is a fucked up thing that people are kind of outraged that he's getting like a $60,000 a year pension through the military.
Yeah,
still
what is
sitting
the
in
deal
prison.
with that? I did see something about that too.
Like how fucked up is that? And the courts have said you can't do anything about it. Meanwhile, he had that $800,000 for every fucking victim or charge or whatever. It's like $880,000 fucking like charge that he had to pay that he never paid
Fines
and went
and
to
restitution.
yeah, the restitution or some shit they never paid and went to collection. Meanwhile, he's getting $60,000 a year pension sitting in prison.
Wow. Yeah, that's fucked up, man. He's got to be ramen fucking rich. I mean,
Dude.
Jesus Christ.
I totally recommend people watch
Yeah.
that interview, because that interview is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
He doesn't show any emotion,
No.
and it's like he's almost being trained to not react to interrogation
Right.
techniques. Like, he's just fucking cool in it, you know?
It is very, very eerie, but very, very good, as you guys said. I enjoyed watching it too. The Fifth Estate is fantastic. They do some really good work. Check them out. The interrogation videos, we said, behavior panel was great with this one. There's quite a bit on him because it's a pretty modern case. So if you're interested, go check him out. And you may want to get a lock on your panty drawer, ladies.
Yes, sir. Yes,
make
sir.
I gotta
Sure.
say one more thing about the interview here. It's
Yeah.
you know, I'm hair follically challenged myself, so I can
hence
say
why
this. But
hence why I shaved my head.
that fucking isthmus coming down his forehead, it's like, you know what? And it's actually separated from his hairline, so it's like he's fucking got a goatee right in the middle of his forehead.
Just
It's
get
like-
rid of it.
Shave that shit off already.
Oh man, follically challenged over there. Very good. All right, well, Shane, we really appreciate you coming
Yes, we
on,
do.
bringing that
Hell
sexy
yeah.
back. The other half of our Polish connection here, you and Ignatowski, just loving it, and great to have you on when we do these Canadian cases, man.
Right on. Always happy to contribute. You know, it's good times.
Awesome, and you're gonna stick around to the end of the segment.
You got it.
Awesome.
You got to hear this page a day, son. I got some good
Oh
ones.
hell
for you,
yeah!
Shane.
This is gonna be good, Joey. What?
Oh, yeah. We can get into it now. We'll talk about what we're doing afterwards next week.
Yeah, I was just looking at the notes of trying to. Yeah, go ahead.
We get a little off sometimes, but we're good. We catch ourselves. Anyway, so for Page a Day, I got two of them that they're talking about. One's a little bit quicker, but it's a case that I guess I used to be interested in, not so much now, but and that's the murder of Elizabeth Olton. Elizabeth Olton, she was 9 years old, and in October 2009, her 15-year-old neighbor, Alyssa Bustamante, she brutally murdered her in the woods of their home in San Martins, Missouri. Yeah. Bustamante convinced her younger sister to ask Olton to go play in the woods, and then Bustamante went out, slit her throat, stabbed her, and buried her body under a bed of leaves in a grave she had dug 5 days earlier. Afterwards, she goes home, writes about it in her journal about the murder. She tried to scribble it out, but they were smart enough to be like, you can still tell what was written under it. Which was basically her confession that she had killed someone. In January 2012, Bustamante pleads guilty to second-degree murder and armed criminal action because the attack was carried out with a knife. The following month, she was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years. In Alyssa Bustamante's journal, she said, I strangled them and slit their throat and stabbed them. Now they're dead. I don't know how to feel at the moment. It was amazing. As soon as you get over the, oh my God, I can't do this feeling, it's pretty enjoyable. Yeah. I'm kind of nervous and shaky, though, right now. Kay, I got to go to church now, LOL. And that's the last entry in her journal.
Yeah, dude, that case is so fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, I remember watching a documentary about that. I think she was
she even helped went out on the searches to help go look and shit.
Yeah, oh yeah, she was about it.
Wasn't she on your list, Joey, of when we did one of those contests with the serial killer?
Yeah, she was. And since we're talking about the interrogations, hers is pretty classic too. And there's a point in hers, her grandma's in there with her because she's underage and shit.
Right.
And whenever it comes to light that Alyssa actually killed this girl, her grandma fucking loses her shit, fucking leaves it's like pretty fucking emotional moment, caught on video.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so the second Page today. Now this is a really good one. I didn't know about this case, and it's pretty classic. This is about the poet of Wichita. Now, October 15th, 1946. So this is when this all starts. Ruth Smock is 16 years old. She's unpacking groceries in a Kansas boarding house where she lives. She hears the door open behind her. A man grabs her from behind, begins pulling at her clothes. She jams both her thumbs in the man's eyes as she struggled to free herself. The man says, I'll fix you so no one will see you again. He covers her mouth with a chloroform-soaked rag. She loses consciousness, and as she's losing consciousness, the last thing she sees is the man heating a flat iron on the stove. When she wakes up, she has first-degree burns on her thighs and scratches covering her face, arms, and legs. She recovered at her parents' home, and the man was never found. So she moves on from the attack. 1950, she marries this guy, Ed Finley. They have 2 sons. She gets a job at Southwestern Bell Telephone Company, and all's well until 1977 in June when Ed was hospitalized. Now, Ruth sits alone in her Wichita home, and all of a sudden the phone rings. She answers the phone expecting an update from the hospital about her husband's condition. Instead, she's greeted by the voice of an unfamiliar man. He uses her maiden name, mentions her hometown of Fort Scott, Kansas, and then begins reading a newspaper article from her 1946 attack.
Holy shit.
He threatened to tell people about the attack if she didn't pay him, and she hung up on him. So this is the 1970s, and right now in Wichita, the BTK Strangler has the whole fucking place in fear. So by the time Ruth got the call in 1977, BTK had already killed 7 people. She's shaken, and even more so when there's an envelope that shows up with a clipping of the newspaper article about her attack at her workplace that shows up that summer. She begins receiving more harassing phone calls. In August, a man follows her on the street trying to make small talk and eventually told her, I'll see you again, you can count on that. Some people's fantasies are other people's nightmares. And apparently a year later, she did see this guy. In June 1978, they made contact. He grabs her wrist on the street. She breaks free and calls Ed to pick her up. She tells him about the harassing phone calls finally because she had kept it a secret from him, and he makes a police report. Now, in October, Ruth shows Ed a letter that she had received threatening her and demanding the money, and a similar letter to the following week shows up that ended with a crude poem. Now, the Finleys brought the letters to the police, who had them fingerprinted but were otherwise focused on more serious crimes. So, the stalking turns a little bit more serious in November 1978, when the man who encountered her on the street jumps out of a 1964 Chevy Bel Air and abducts her during her lunch break.
God damn.
He goes through her belongings while another man drives them around, and he hits her in the head with a chunk of concrete when he finds a police officer's card in her purse. 4 hours into her capture, she convinces her abductor to let her go to the bathroom. Then she sprays him with pepper spray when they're out of the car, and she takes off. So she runs to the nearest store and calls her husband. He's frantic with worry since she had been missing from work since earlier that day. Police go to the location where Ruth had escaped, and they found her sweater, shoes, and footprints, but they weren't able to find any other evidence. Thorough investigation of all the 64 Bel Airs in Wichita yielded nothing. Police didn't tell the Finleys that they were beginning to suspect Ruth Stalker might be the BTK because they didn't want to freak her out.
Right.
But at the time, it actually made sense that their letters and the BTK letters were overlapping. So police, they put more protective detail on her, but it doesn't stop the letters from showing up. After a brief respite in July 79, the poet got closer than ever. He attacks Ruth in a parking lot, trying to force her into her car. He threw a shopping bag in the back seat containing rope, tape, a red bandana, and half a bottle of wine. When Ruth tried to get away, he stabbed her 3 times with an 8-inch knife. So she manages to escape the poet again and arrives at the hospital with the 8-inch knife still stuck in her side.
Damn.
So she's at the hospital for 9 days, and a nurse said a man matching the poet's description visited the nurse's station twice to ask about her. Police amped up Ruth's protection detail, but through 1980, the poet continued to send her letters and poems. He cut the Finleys' phone lines, even sent a 12-inch knife wrapped in a red bandana to her office.
Good.
So more than 300 suspects had been investigated, and Ruth's case had been publicly known, like nationally. Everybody knew about it. And spring 1981, the Wichita media was demanding to know why no one had caught the poet. So September 1981, the case is taken over by the police chief, Richard LeMunyon, after the poet threatened to go after LeMunyon's wife when he was done with Ruth. So he took the case, a little more serious since he's involved now. He pores over the case files, and 1 week later, he had identified the poet of Wichita, Ruth Finley herself.
What the fuck?
So he pointed out that there were no witnesses to any of her encounters with the poet. Also, neighbors on the Finley street never ever noticed anything suspicious, and the poet stopped visiting the Finley's backyard when police placed a camera there. They confirmed that the stamps on the poet's letters matched the ones on Finley's bills. When confronted with the evidence on October 1st, 81, Ruth confessed to writing the letters and staging the poet's crimes against her. She insisted that Ed had no part in it, and a polygraph did confirm it. Wichita police had spent $370,000 on the investigation, which is $1 million today. And still, most of the police and the public agree Ruth needed help, not punishment. She was taken to a psychiatric hospital, and through poetry, she was able to uncover sexual abuse she had experienced as a child, where her abuser had tied her with red bandanas. She was released after 6 years in treatment, and she spent her later life knitting the U.S. troops scarves and translating books into Braille. She died in 2019.
God damn.
Fucking weird
That
case.
is a weird fucking
one.
case,
That's
dude.
a good one, though. That was definitely
So
worth-
she stabbed herself 3 times and went running in with a knife.
Exactly. That's fucking
Like,
crazy.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
That is fucked up.
Yeah, page a day. Always some good shit. Now, next week, you're not going to want to miss this. We're going to be doing the crazy case. Talk about a weirdo. Fucking
Oh, God.
Phil
Here we go.
Spector. Phil Spector and the 2003 murder of Lana Clarkson, an actress and model. She was found in his mansion with a gunshot wound into her mouth, I guess through her head. Spector told his driver that he shot someone, so the driver is a pivotal witness here. The first trial was a mistrial, but the second one convicts him. and his afro.
That
for the
hair,
murder.
bro.
That fucking dude with
hair,
the hair.
bro.
What the fuck? It's a wild case and very sensationalized in the media, of course, and very interesting. So we'll talk about it. Just one murder, but it was sensational, and Phil Spector's just a fucking wow. What
Weirdo.
a trip. So, well, guys, I think we've done our fair share of murdering tonight. Again, Shane, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Shane. Appreciate you, brother.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And I think it's time to crank up some metal, Shane. So what do we need to do, dude?
Let's get our fucking metal on! Just because CK has passed on, he's not done educating the masses. CK will forever be the great metal motherfucker. We're here to stomp poser ass and eradicate the planet of their kind. CK has passed the torch to us, and we will forge the fuck on. In CK's name, we will bestow metal knowledge upon all of you.
Fuck yeah, man. CK, the great metal motherfucker. Hard to believe here coming up on the anniversary of his passing, man. Just, he was such a big part of the show, and definitely sorry to see him, go. And he was, it really changed things up. So we did the metal segment now. It's different, but we take turns.
Yes, we do.
Passing the horns around, and I think CK would have liked this. And
Sorry, I had a mouthful of Pop-Tart for a second.
Right. And I'm just seeing my reminder here, Joey, to record this segment. So let me start.
I'm glad you saw that. I had it written somewhere and I fucking spaced it.
That's
all
right
so
there.
We're recording the video, yeah. So, all right. So very good. And so, Joey, that means you got the horns this week. And what's your plan?
All right, so tonight I'm going to take us to Indiana, and I'm going to talk about a fucking grindcore band.
Yeah.
That was mad influential on me. And I'm going to do this kind of split into two parts. So first, it's basically I'm going to talk about their albums, and then I'm going to talk about the live experience.
Cool. There you go. Nice.
So, Decrypt started in 1999 out in Northwest Indiana. It was started by Brad Vanderzee on drums, Chris Montez on guitars, and Jimbo Kelly on bass. Brad and Chris, they dueled the vocals. Another reason why I'm so glad to be doing this one is because all three of those guys right there, I'm still friends with to this day.
Right.
So that's what's so awesome about it.
That is great.
And they're all huge influences on me. All right. I got a mouthful of Pop-Tart right now.
Hey, it's a metal segment. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Listeners,
Pop-Tarts, baby.
send us some Pop-Tarts. We're running low. P.O. Box 554, Hayworth, Illinois, 61745.
All right, so in 2002, Decrypt released their first demo, and it was called Transmissions from the Fuckhole.
Nice.
Fucking so goddamn badass. Straight grindcore, has a couple fucking covers on it, has Call Me by Blondie and Mother by Danzig. Just a really, really fucking brutal way to come out. They
That's
fucking
badass.
released it themselves, basically fucking sold it off their MySpace, and fucking got their shit out. So
Fucking MySpace, baby.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Also in 2002, so after they dropped the demo, then they dropped their first full length, which is Holy Erotic Rapture. Such a fucking amazing album. 13 tracks of just fucking grinding insanity. Some of the fucking wildest riffs and most fucking crazy blasting drums in the fucking world. Thundering bass and fucking just wild ass vocals. For the full length, they got Zach Gaeja. He was on vocals for them. So now they became a 4-piece. 2 years later, they put out a split called A Mean Case of the Splits, and that was that was with the band Stump. Now, Decrypt's side of it was called Armageddon Anthems, and then Stump's side was Total Piece of Shit. Fucking great fucking album. Now, that was put out by Forever Underground also. Now, sadly, as far as recordings and stuff like that, that's where Decrypt's story ends. Now, this is where I jump to another half. So, I'm already jamming Decrypt. I'm jamming all those albums right there. About that time, 2003, 2004, fucking huge shit to me. And they had parted ways with Zach Gaeta, the vocalist, and they had picked up Justin Wallace, the Juice, who does the PJ Dub podcast,
the wrestling
over in
podcast.
Indiana.
Yeah.
So, and he's also still a friend of mine too. So those four guys, I'm still friends with this day. So fucking shout out to y'all if you're checking this out. But they added Juice to the lineup for now the live shows that they were doing, and it was about this time that I had first started going to shows up in Northern Illinois. And Decrypt was definitely one of the fucking main attractions to all the shows I was going to. Their live set is so goddamn insane. I mean, obviously, this is years ago that I'm talking about, and all these dudes are fucking grown up and shit, so it's not like that now.
Right.
Man, these motherfuckers would come in, and you knew whenever they were playing that it was about to get fucking wild. Montez with his fucking riffs just fucking out of control. Brad, some of the fucking wildest blasting I ever seen from a drummer, just going fucking crazy from start to finish. Big Jimbo with his bass, just fucking kicking motherfuckers in the front row out of the way, fucking getting wild, and Juice up there just fucking screaming his lungs out, straight grind shit, doing fucking flips into the fucking crowd off the stage and shit. And man, it was just a lot of fucking action. Off stage, it was more of the same. Montez used to be the motherfucker. If the fucking, motherfuckers weren't moving in the pit, you better watch out, because all of a sudden you're getting speared by that motherfucker, and that pit's getting started, whether you like it or not.
Yes, sir. That's why he got so
love
much
that
head trauma.
motherfucker for it. Yeah, for sure. Man, they played some pretty big shit. I know they played fucking out. I can't remember the North Carolina shit now. Fucking, I didn't do my homework well enough on all the fests, but they definitely. Slam Fest, I can't remember, but anyway, fucking, they ended up doing Family Fuck Fest out of Indiana, which Montez, that was his fucking fest. Midwest Fuck Fest, that's what it was. And man, just a fucking ton of shows. They would play with the Waco dudes. They played with Putrid Pile a lot. I got to see fucking Putrid Pile in the basement at fucking Chris Montez's house because one of the shows got shut down. They've also been huge supporters of everything that I do for a fucking really long time. Brad's still very active in music, does Pink Machines and among some other things, and they were a band to be reckoned with. They came out, fucking kicked ass from fucking beginning to end. All their albums are fucking huge. And anybody from the, Indiana, Illinois scene that was into that at that time definitely fucking remembers those guys. Shout out to all the dudes in fucking Decrypt. If you guys are checking this out, shout out to anybody that fucks with them. And if you don't know about them, go check them out. We'll play fucking part of the track in the bumper music. And if you dig it, it's more of that.
Hell yeah, that's cool, dude. Well, hell yeah, man. Always good to hear about a band I don't know a lot about. And the Midwest, I mean, that's where we're at. So, I mean, that's definitely iconic band of that era. That's cool. Chris, what about you with the Lost Classic tonight?
Well, I mean, I'm going to keep it grindcore. I'm doing 97's fucking Brutal Truth Sounds of the Animal Kingdom, dude. Fucking
hell yeah.
Heavy as fuck, dude. Just check that shit out if you haven't heard it. Just mean. Just nasty, dude.
That's cool. Nothing wrong with mean and nasty.
Grind.
Speaking of that, what have we been listening to lately, Chris? Anything jumping out at you?
Definitely the same as you. Fucking a damn fucking dying fetus.
Oh
fucking
my God.
beg for death, dude. Fucking I was mowing the yard yesterday. Just had that shit fucking going, dude. Just like
It's fucking nasty.
fuck
man.
yeah, dude. Also, I've still been listening to Fulci, just because like after I came across them, I'm pretty sure when I did, I didn't hear them before. When I sent it to you guys, I was like, God damn, I just been jamming that.
Yeah, good.
Some
It's good
motherfucking,
stuff.
Coal Chamber, some new metal, some fucking
new metal.
goddamn Coal Chamber, fucking shit. I don't know. And then just a bunch of shit all the time.
That's
Hank
cool.
3. Been listening to a lot of Hank 3 again lately.
Yeah.
Love Hank 3.
What about you, Joey?
Been listening to fucking Putrid Pile. I know he hates it, but I was listening to the first album, Clutching and Butchery, a lot. He's like, I have other albums. Yes, I know, man, but I love that one. I was also listening to some Postulated, which is my buddy CB's band. CB from Vituperate now, but
Yeah.
Postulated was a huge shit to me. And also, I was jamming a lot of Sinworm, the Buddy Texas State.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Shit.
That's cool.
The
That's
fucking
cool.
goddamn fucking the fret hand on that dude is retarded.
Yeah, me with as well as Chris was saying, Dying Fetus, man, make them beg for death. So nasty.
Oh, yeah.
That new Blood Red Throne track, Blade Eulogy, is fucking killer. Love
I need to
that
listen to that.
new singer is fucking badass. I can't remember his name, but apparently he's like a really good guitar player and singer. So he's just singing for them, but I'm getting ready to talk about something. I'll get back to that. But yeah, that new track is amazing. Also, I watched an interview with Jason Newsted, just randomly came up.
It says January Newstead.
It was really cool. It was really cool that he was talking about, why he left Metallica and all that kind of stuff. But he got into some of the stuff he's done lately, the Newstead stuff, and I checked out the self-titled EP, and it's actually really good, man. I was surprised.
Is he doing vocals?
He sings on
No
it,
shit.
yeah, and it's kick-ass. I mean, it's very Metallica-like it should be Metallica, like that kind of
Right.
heavy, thrashy, but really, really good. I really liked it. He plays bass and sings. And then also was going old school with some Annihilation of the Wicked. Fucking just nasty as fuck, man.
There you
Just
go.
really,
Nice.
really nasty. Now, speaking of Blood Red Throne, I actually messaged Stian Gunderson. He's the bass player who I did the interview with a while back, just to say, dude, the fucking single is amazing. I love the singer, and I liked his bass lines as well. But he responded and said thanks, but then said he had gotten some bad news, and he said he was diagnosed with leukemia, and he
Damn.
starts treatments this week. So he told me that, I think, Friday or early Saturday, and then I saw the note on their, or the post on their Facebook page from him yesterday. So it's official now. So I feel comfortable in saying it. But
Right.
definitely wish him the best. He said he wanted to do an interview from his hospital bed.
That'd be dope.
And I'm like, fuck,
Like
been there,
CK.
done that.
Yeah.
CK style. So Stian wants to do that. He's going to let me know how the schedule goes for his treatments, and we're going to do it from his hospital
That'd be
bed
fucking awesome.
while he's doing his chemo treatment. So
That's fucking.
or,
that's the
or
shit.
whatever his regimen is. I don't know. I didn't get into that, but that'll be interesting. So we'll keep you posted. But the new singer, since he can play guitar, I'm assuming he can fucking play the hell out of the bass. So he's going to play bass and sing until Stian gets back.
Right on.
So that's
right
the
on.
plan. And yeah, check out that new single though. It's fucking amazing. New album comes out in January, so it's gonna be wicked. All right, politically correct death metal.
I ain't got shit.
Nothing.
No.
Joey, did you come up with any?
No, I gotta remember that we drew that.
Yeah, I know. I keep
all right.
forgetting too.
Well, I came up with a couple, three of them.
hell yeah.
Three of them. All right. So I thought, been listening to the fuck out of them. So Dying Fetus would be a good one.
Right.
And I came up with a living creature in the womb that is in the process of no longer being alive.
All right.
Okay. Cattle decapitation, a bovine head being removed,
That makes sense.
And I thought, ironically, it actually sounds worse than the original.
It kind of does.
It's kind of like brutal, more brutal than cattle decapitation.
I always took it as being beheaded by the cattle.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
There you go.
They're all
Nice.
vegans and shit. So
That's why
yeah.
I always thought
yeah, I
that.
never thought of that. That's hilarious. And then Black Dahlia murder, I thought the unaliving of a person of color named Dahlia. Black Dahlia, right?
Yeah,
That sounds even worse.
That's like what the fuck?
The unaliving of a person of color named Dahlia. So,
God damn! All right.
so there you go.
You win this one.
Politically correct death metal. Trying to make it stick, but I wasn't sure if anybody liked it or not.
I need to fucking remember
Yeah,
that
I
we
need
do
to
it.
There's
remember
so
that
many
too.
of them you can do, All right,
Oh,
well, I
man.
got the horns next. I know we had a little mix-up here with who had the horns and all that. I mixed it up. But I got them next, and I'm going to do what I was going to do this last time in the band Threaten. And the front man, Jared Threaten, perpetrated the most crazy fucking hoax on the heavy metal community. Unbelievable.
It's
very
fucking
crazy. And I'm going to tell that story. So that'll be the metal segment next week. That'll be fun.
So real quick, I just want to tell a story about the Megadeth show.
Oh, yeah.
So fucking the Megadeth show, by the way, mind you, was fucking badass. I mean, I wasn't right down by the stage or whatever, but I had good seats. I could see the stage well, everything. Fucking El Nino played, but I didn't get there in time. I only got there in time to see Biohazard and Megadeth because work. Fucking
Right.
so we get to the show and we get our seats or whatever. Well, we get in line and we buy our shirts. Megadeth, go. Fucking then we go grab a couple beers and we go get our seats, and fucking Biohazard's just starting to play. It's like, fuck yeah, Biohazard jamming. Haven't seen them in forever. And mind you, I've never seen Megadeth ever. Like 45 years being a Megadeth fan, as long as I have, never seen them. First time.
Wow.
Fucking Biohazard's jamming. And it fucking was really fucking weird because the floor area was not open. They set up seats so you couldn't even have mosh pits. Like I don't even remember. I don't even remember what song it was that, but Biohazard, Evan Seinfeld from Biohazard, he's straight up like, well, this song normally we have a circle pit going up down here, but there's obviously not structurally available or whatever. I don't know his exact words, but so like they started, I can't remember the fucking song, but they start playing that, and all these motherfuckers down there in that area, they just start making laps around the fucking chairs, like circle pitting around the chairs, basically. It was pretty fucking badass. So yeah, Biohazard kicked ass, dude. It was fun.
I heard they were good.
And then Megadeth fucking came out, and I was so super stoked because they fucking set off with Hangar 18. Made me fucking super happy.
Oh,
I'm
wow,
like,
that's
okay,
cool.
you coming out with fucking goddamn something off of fucking fucking goddamn it. What the fuck? Why did I just draw a blank? It's my favorite album in the world.
Rust in Peace.
Rust in Peace, yes. Dude, that's my go-to shit. Like, if I don't have anything else to listen to, I'm like, okay, Megadeth, Rest in Peace. Listen to the entire thing. But yeah, they started off Hangar 18. It was fucking dope, dude.
That's awesome.
And they fucking, I don't know, they put on a great show. Like I said, first time I've ever seen them, ever.
That's
great
cool.
show. The fucking lighting was cool. Fucking sound was good. And then right when they started fucking Symphony, dude, this dude, he's just trying to fucking go up there and make a memory or something. Fucking, he's going to jump on stage, and his security guard fucking snags him and fucking drags him down to the floor. And mind you, these are big ass security guards, and this dude wasn't much bigger than me. Fucking, another dude comes in, they start beating him, dude, and then there's two more security guards. There's like a whole fucking video, like close up, like right there where it's happening, and these guys just like pounding on this dude, and they finally they finally stop, and one dude's got him in a chokehold or whatever, and the other guys are fucking walking back, and Dave stopped the fucking show, fucking in the middle of one of their biggest songs ever, dude. Just stops, and he's like looking at these guys like, you know that ain't fucking right. Like, well, he didn't say fucking, but he's like, yeah, that wasn't right, whatever. Like, he's telling these guys like there was no need for what you did. And then they fucking went back in and they finished the show out. They played like 2 more songs, and it was a really good show. Other than that one thing, I just thought it was cool that Dave just like calls them out. Like, look, you guys didn't need to do that shit.
Yeah,
dude.
they had that all over Blabbermouth and everywhere about that. So,
but yeah, the Megadeth show was fucking dope.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
And
I saw him
I
on
was
the
surprised-
Killing Is My Business. I saw him on Peace Cells, and I saw him on So Far So Good So What. And you kept seeing him, playing these bigger venues and shit. But Dave was a mess in the first one, all heroined up. And,
Right. That's
it
back
was really
in the day.
bad. But Peace
I was
Cells
honestly
and So Far So
surprised.
Good So What were fucking unbelievable.
I was surprised that the shirt was only $40.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
I expected him to be like fucking 60 fucking some shit
Yeah.
like that. I was like, oh, bet.
Yeah, it's amazing how much they get for a $2 fucking shirt.
Right?
It's fucking unbelievable. All right, well, very, very good. So, Joey, any latest stuff with the Goremonger or the distro you wanted to mention?
Just hit me up. I'm almost out of t-shirts, so if anybody wants the shirts, I've only got large and XL left.
I still need a large. Fuck.
Hit me up.
I got you, bro.
And I got
I will.
Joey's link in the episode description if you're listening and want to check that out. And our Patreon, the 666 Club. Appreciate you guys that are members, and it's a great way to help us out. $3 a month, and you hear the shows a day early, the interviews the same day I do them in most cases, and discounts on merch. It's a good deal. And and with the new project we're working on, I was going to mention to you guys that what I'm doing is I am compiling all of the commercials that we've done, the goofy fake commercials we do, by date, year order. So there's going to be a shitload of them. I'm going to put them into a zip file.
That way, if you want to hear a specific one, you can just be like, okay, I found it.
Yeah.
I ain't got to go through every episode
I'm gonna
and try to figure it out.
We're going to sell them in our web store, so you'll be able to buy it that way. We're also going to start a Bandcamp and sell them that way. They're not going to be very much. It's just going to be an extra way to bring in a few bucks, help us out. Joey's going to do a cool album cover for it, and we're going to do a little intro before it, so that'll be on there. And we're going to call it, we've just named it tonight. We've been throwing around names, and we came up with hysterical, distasteful, and stupid.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just what it is. And
It's
that'll be
exactly
volume
what it
1
is.
or number 1, whatever, and that'll be it. And it'll be all the fake commercials. So if you're interested, if you're like, man, I remember when they did, the first Dr. Geen or the first
I wish I
Punky.
could find that. It's like, okay, now
You're going to
got
have them all if you get that. So that'll be great. And the 666 Club members will get it for free.
Yes.
So thanks to the 666 Club members, you guys will get it for free. All right.
So join the 666 Club.
There you
and
go.
You can be on that list, too.
There you go. And that's in the episode description as well. All right. Well, we have done plenty of metal tonight. So, Joey, what the fuck do we need to do?
Hey, boys. I think it's time to get our Mayhem on.
voice.
Hello, Starlight Tours Taxi Company. How can I help you?
Yeah, I need a ride to Midtown Plaza, downtown Saskatoon. I'm visiting from New York. I need a ride back to my hotel at 11 p.m.
Okay, got it. So that was a one-way trip to the middle of fucking nowhere on Route 12?
No. I need a fucking ride to the Midtown Plaza, downtown, and a ride back later.
There must be some static on the line, sir. We only do one-way trips, and you can pick your desolate destination on Route 12 to the north or Route 5 to the east of town. Those are your only two options.
It's fucking cold outside, and there's at least a fucking foot of snow. Why the fuck would I want to be dropped off out there? Hell, I'd freeze to fucking death.
Okay, so now I think you are starting to get it. But I'm going to send the Saskatoon police so they can rough your sorry ass up first and take your winter coat before they throw you out of the squad car. It will be a real Starlight tour.
Oh, damn. Commercial we did a few months back for the Starlight Tours episode. Shane killing it. Doing that hotel clerk. And, of course, me doing the caller. So that was fun. All right, and before that, some fucking brutal shit from Joey, man. Decrypt. What was that song, man?
Human suppository.
Fuck yeah.
I saw that in the song title when you sent that to me. I was like, oh boy, I'm in for a good one tonight. All right, so great segment on them, Joey, and definitely killer Indiana band, not too far from where we are right here in Horns High. All right, well, we are in Mayhem, gentlemen, and it's been a little bit since I think I've had a Mayhem story to share. And,
yeah, once you said the name of this one, I'm like, yeah, I don't think I've ever heard this. I'm ready to go.
And this is one from a while ago. I mean, a long time ago, like from the 80s, back in my very first band, the band that I was in for a little while. And I had a drummer in that band who was not very smart, okay? And I'm going to say his name was Kyle. Okay. We're going with Kyle. So anyway, like in all bands, you know, people get fucking on your nerves and shit, you know, but Kyle used to just really get on my nerves. Okay. And one day he was like, I don't know what he was doing, something with his drums, and he had like a pretty tight shirt on, and it would look like a huge like lump on his back, like large, like the size of like a baseball.
Okay.
And somebody was like, dude, what is that? And touched it. And he was like, don't touch it. And we're like, what the fuck is that? And he took his fucking shirt off. It was like a boil. That was like a fucking baseball. I mean, it was fucking nasty. And we were like, oh my God, dude, like, what the hell?
Take care of that, bro.
And he's like, don't touch it. And we're like, dude, like, you have to go do something about that. Like, that's fucking, like, no, that's bad, you know? So he went to the, one of the guys in the band, his dad was a doctor, like a general practitioner.
All right.
So he goes to the doctor, the guy's dad, and so they did it, you know, like on the house, because he didn't have medical insurance,
right,
and he was
like,
an adult. Yeah, he was 18. The rest of us were like 16, 17, and he was 18. So he didn't have medical insurance. So the doctor did it on the house. Said it was like one of the most disgusting, like cottage cheese, like really bad. Okay. So they did this, and so this like it's not like you have something of that size and it like goes away.
No,
like,
that skin stretch.
Yeah, I mean, it's all fucked up and it's got a drain, so it was like packed and had to be repacked. I mean, I couldn't even imagine how disgusting that had to be to deal with. You know?
My God.
Like the nurse or whoever had to, because you couldn't do it yourself. It was like on his shoulder blade, you know? So anyway, so as this thing is like pretty much healed, of course we all wanted to touch it, like, we're all like, you know, stupid fucking teenagers, you know. Yeah.
So we're fucking with him about it. And I'm really like towel whipping him in the back and shit like that.
Oh man, that's brutal.
Just being douchebags about it. But I remember one day he took his shirt off to like show us the status of it, and it looked like a big like crevice in his back. And one of the guys is like, because his back was kind of hairy.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, you look like you have a cunt on your back. And we were dying. So, of
Bro,
course,
you didn't shave your pussy.
never lived down the cunt on his back,
That's
man.
fucking awesome.
Oh, it was fucking gnarly. So, yeah, if I didn't tell that's one I...
No, that's the first I've heard
I don't
that.
even know what made me think of it. CK would have known that story.
Yeah.
And so CK would have been the ultimate knower of whether I had told it before. However, it was worth repeating. Cunt on the back.
Dude,
so.
no, that's the first I've heard that. That's a good one. I like it.
Very good. All right. Well, I want to mention a couple of appearances I've got coming up. I'm getting ready to do an interview on the ISU station, WGLT, next Thursday. Me and Sue Rovens are doing an interview to promote the Tomes of Terror event at the Red Raccoon Games in downtown Bloomington on Saturday, October 14th. That's 2023, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Fuck yeah.
So, yeah, 10 to 5, be there all day. Lots of authors. There's like a dozen of us from all over the country, which is super cool. So that'll be like... there in the basement of Red Raccoon.
Right.
A renovated Red Raccoon. It's supposed to be really awesome if you like gaming and anything like that. So
And
go
you said
check
you're
that
going to
out.
give him Jeff's info for the games, right? Even
Yeah.
though I saw Jeff fucking ran into some problems, but...
Yeah, so yeah, for sure I'll definitely give Jeff a good avenue to, approach them about his games there. But I've heard nothing but good things about this place, so it's supposed to be really cool, and looking forward to doing that. And I'll have all my books there. And the other one I've got on the schedule is the local authors fair at the Peoria Public Library, and we're doing it at the North Branch this year. That's Saturday, November 4th, 1 to 4, and also several others there. I don't have the list of them yet, but I think Sue Rovens will be there as well. And you can find out the details of any of this stuff on my website, PeteAltieri.com.
Hell yeah.
All right, well, killer cage match, guys. We love doing this. This is a listener favorite part of the show. This is where we take a list of 100 killers that we've come up with, 100 objects for them to fight with, a list of variables to just add to the madness, and a song playing while they kill each other. And we have our listeners provide the random numbers so we know what's going down. Chris, who
First
do we
of
want
all,
to
I'm
thank?
going to say I just read it, and this song, what the fuck? Anyway, tonight's listeners is Jason Lipiari, motherfucking Danny Dennis, and goddamn Mark Tucker. Thank y'all. Appreciate you. Thanks for listening. Tell
Very
your friends.
cool. Hell yeah. And we got a good
Threaten your
one
friends to
tonight.
listen.
Got a good one tonight in the cage, Joey. Kind of different. Who's fighting tonight?
Alan Legier, we were just talking about that with Shane.
Yeah.
He's going to be going up against Ricky Casso, eating acid for Satan.
Hell yeah. So Ricky Casso's a newcomer, I think, to the fray.
I don't think he's ever been in the ring.
Yeah, I don't think he has either, so it's cool.
That's a fucking travesty.
It is. It really is.
So now that he's
But
on the
after
list.
seeing the variable, dude, I'm like, oh, wait, hold on.
So they got a couple of objects in here, Chris, with them. What's going on tonight?
They got themselves a hot poker. I'm assuming you mean like a fireplace poker that's been playing with.
Non-stop hot, too.
Yeah,
it doesn't
like
ever
red
get
hot.
cold. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. It never cools down. It's just
Right.
that temperature constantly. Yeah, no, I got you.
Hot poker! It never gets cold!
Fuck yeah, dude. And then they got and that's the opposites, too, because they also have an ice pick.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
That could be nasty, though, man.
It's like,
Ice
fuck.
pick. And then, Joey, what about the variable, man?
This variable.
See, I told you had some kin in the variables that you might not suspect.
The variable tonight is Paul back, Chris's dad, after drinking a 12-pack of beer and a half pint of McCormick's at the Nation. Now,
Oh, man.
it depends on what day you're talking about, because on some days that might not do anything. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes tonight.
You already knew my thought. Like,
And the song playing a new one, I changed up the songs. Groove is in the Heart.
oh
by
my
D-Light.
God, D-Light.
All right.
Grooves in the heart.
Alan Legier going up against the Acid King, Chris, our boy, Ricky Casso. And they're going to have a hot poker and an ice pick in the cage with them. And Paw back after drinking a 12-pack and a half pint of McCormick's at the Nation, while Groove is in the Heart is fucking jamming the fuck out on our Bose concert system here.
You know my dad's winning, and I got a short, plausible fucking thing to this.
All right.
Dad fucking hates that music, so he's already pissed off. He's fucking goddamn got it. He's a 12-pack and a half pint in. He's fucking like, fuck you. He's looking at goddamn motherfucking Alan. He's like, fuck you. You fucking hurt women. And he's like, doesn't give him a chance. He just goes and fucking kicks him in his fucking kneecap. He grabs that fucking hot poker and slaps him across. He doesn't even fucking, he just slaps him with it. And then he looks at Ricky Casso, and this is where it gets weird. He's like, you remind me of my kids when they were your age, and it pisses me off. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Fuck you, dude. I wish I could have killed my kids. Because they were fucking stupid. And then, like, so he fucking kills Cassidy. He's like, fuck this 17-year-old bitch. And he goes back to fucking goddamn Alan Legier, and he's like, and fuck you for killing kids.
Wow.
I'm giving it
Paw
to
back.
Dad.
Okay.
And then he
paw back.
fucking goes and smashes the speaker because Groove's in the heart. I'm giving it to Dad.
Okay, Joey, can you come back from Paw back winning it all?
I can, but woo! Oh man, I switched it up.
What you smoking on, Joey? What you smoking on, Joey?
I loaded up the bong with this shit called Spritzer.
Noise.
This fucking this stuff's fucking super fire too. I forgot about this. Anyway.
No,
So what are we doing?
I love it. No, I love it. Let me know the change ups.
I think I almost just died a second ago. But anyway,
I've never been with you when you were driving and that happened.
I know, that's what's fucking scary. Alright. So killer cage match. Now, we love our stereo. We love jamming music. We don't give a fuck what we're playing. We play fucking Spice Girls. We play Black Sabbath. Like, we don't give a fuck. And so tonight we got fucking D-Light. Groove is in the Heart. Fucking what? I mean, that shit's fucking disco funkalicious.
Fucking
so
right.
I ain't got no problem with that. So I'm jamming
I
to that.
personally don't either. I know my dad though.
Yeah. I'm eating mushrooms in the fucking audience watching this shit. Now, when the cage
mushrooms.
I mean, obviously, Murder Mel Mayhem's in the audience watching it. We might be the only ones there, but we're there. And fucking... Now, I think, like, Pawback, now, he's in this motherfucker. He's been drinking a little bit. He's been partying now. None of this seems weird to him with fucking weapons and crazy kids and shit because he's been growing up around the nation fucking for the most part of his later life.
Beat me on this one.
Yeah, so he was like, he just thinks he's partying. He don't even know any bit different yet.
Right.
So
yeah, it's just another day at the Nation.
Yeah, he don't know why we're playing this shitty ass song on the stereo. He don't like that, but we'll get past that. So anyway, so Ricky Casso, he's fucking quick on the draw because he's like, man, I've been fucking doing speed and tweaking all night. I'm fucking ready to fucking do this shit. He fucking grabs that goddamn hot poker and he's like, God damn, and drops it because he's like, it's hot. I fucking wasn't thinking about it. Just burned my goddamn hand like a fucking idiot. And so that gives goddamn Alan Legier the fucking second he needs to grab the ice pick. And he goes to stick it in Ricky Casso's ear, but Ricky Casso's got this fucking psychic abilities he's gotten from eating 2 10 strips of Timothy Leary, and he was fucking Matrix style dodges it. He does catch the fucking ice pick through his fucking nipple, so he gets a
Oh.
free piercing out of the
Nice.
deal.
Oh, damn.
Acid King is pissed. Acid King's like, motherfucker, I burned my hand. I fucking just got my nipple goddamn pierced. I don't know what the shit this goddamn music's playing because it's not fucking metal for Satan, and that's goddamn bullshit. I need to smoke some fucking weed, so I'm tired of this shit. He grabs fucking Alan Legere by the back of his head. He's like, you're kind of a pussy, motherfucker. Takes his head, slams it into the hot poker. He's like, now I'm not burning my hand. Now I'm burning your eyeballs with the poker. And fucking, as he's got Alan Legere's face in the fucking hot poker, sizzling and fucking bubbling and doing everything else, he grabs the ice pick, shoves it into fucking Alan Legere's taint area between his butthole and his fucking balls, and just fucking starts fucking him in the brand new hole with it. Remember, Chainsaw Homicide has a song, Vagina and Taint Become One or some shit.
Yeah.
Bonesaw, if you're listening, remember that
Oh,
shit?
yeah, I remember
But,
that shit.
yeah. So Groove is in the Heart is just jamming while he's making a new fuckhole in Alan Legere. Pawback has now smelled the burning flesh of Alan Legere's eyeballs on the fucking poker, and he's like, Chris, you grilling some shit? And he's fucking trying to find some goddamn food. He's ready to goddamn it eat. Yeah, and he realizes there ain't no more goddamn beer inside the cage match, so he's ready to fucking leave. He's fucking gone. Ricky Casso wins this one. Kill a
Wow,
cage match.
Ricky Casso. Fuck yeah, man.
Dude, you always got good stories,
Kill a
man.
cage match is a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun.
You always got good stories.
Well, speaking of good stories, I got some good ones in Creation of Chaos 4, but a little different. The horror top novels.
Oh,
I got 11 pretty scary short stories and a couple good ones from my past when I was a teenager. I left unedited that were fun to put in this one. So it's available now on the web store at PeteAltieri.com. I got it priced right and first class or quick shipping. I get them right out the door, free poster, free bookmark, and I'll sign them as well. So go on there and buy a book. I'll
check that
link
shit
to
out.
that.
It's good ass shit.
Thank you. Link to that in the episode
Dude,
description.
I've seen some of the shit people have been posting about your fucking. They get it like, yep, read the first two or first three. Ready for this one? Let's do it.
Yeah. I just had somebody from Pontiac that won it in a contest, and he really liked Chapel of Bones, which is the first story in there.
The homie Crisco Slippy Fist.
I'm doing some good cross promotion with Sick Rick masks. That's still going on. When you buy one of his new Anton LaVey masks, like we have here, you get a free audio version of my short story, One Night with the Blood Countess, and that's from Creation of Chaos 4. The promotion is at Sick Rick, that's SIKRIK masks.com, or go to Rick's Facebook page, and I'll link to both in the episode description.
Fuck yeah.
Murder Metal Mayhem website, mentioned that before. Go check that out. You could save 25% on that 666 Club by doing that through there. So that's a good way to save a few bucks. And the YouTube channel, we're starting to put more stuff on there. You're going to keep seeing more stuff, so go subscribe. Thanks to those that have already done that. And I think we've done plenty of mayhem tonight. Enough cunt on your back to go a long way.
On your back.
Let's hit that outro.
Hey, I've seen back titties before.
Fuck yeah, man. Some Grave
that was
Ripper.
dope.
Yeah, badass. The song called Ripped and Torn Apart, like some Disney stuff. You know what I mean? Just loving it.
You gotta
Family
love it
friendly.
When the seven dwarves come up on
Yeah.
Snow White,
Ripped and torn
find her
apart.
asleep.
Ripped and torn apart. You know? All right. Well, huge thanks to our buddy Shane Borczuch from
Yes,
Canada
thank you
coming
again,
on
Shane,
to talk to us tonight. Some Russell Williams, just fucking awful. I mean, just a despicable fucking human being. But great to have Shane on to talk
I like
about
to wear
it.
women's underwear too.
And always fun to have Shane on the show. All right, Joey, what about that bumper music tonight?
Tonight we fucking played goddamn Decrypt. We played fucking Grave Ripper. And then what else did we play?
Dying Fetus.
Dying Fetus. Yeah, that's what it was. goddamn bong, man. Fuck.
Goddamn bong gets you all fucked up,
The
don't it?
metal segment intro, Chris.
Metal segment, always 100%. The great metal motherfucker.
Yeah,
By
fuck
fucking-
you. Your answer doesn't change. You can say the same thing every
I
week.
know, right? By Christ, yes, you are correct. Yeah, man, you get that.
I should make
Like,
a
you have to
sound
come up
bite
with
of it
something
so I don't
every
have
day.
to just throw
Right,
it in
I
there.
could just like not say anything. I just be like,
And the Murder Metal Mayhem intro music is Crawl Space by Low 12. Thanks to everybody out there that listens. Keep seeing the numbers that come in. Just it's awesome as we approach 800,000 total listens. We appreciate you guys very much for checking it out and telling your friends. And Chris, what about the first comment?
numero uno, one of our fucking
666 club member.
666 club member, plus also fucking Killer Cage match
He
contender.
was in the Killer Cage match.
Yes, sir. Fucking said that Chow Hayes episode was great. I love the interview with Mick and Pete. He's my kind of gangster. Yeah. Chow was an OG.
Definitely. I don't know if you said his name though, Chris. Mark Tucker.
said Mark
Oh, you
Tucker.
did? Okay. I didn't hear it. I just
Anyway, if I
wanted to make
didn't,
sure.
I apologize, Mark.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Mark, thanks. You're a couple spots here tonight in the show. We appreciate you, dude. Joey, what about that second one?
Bubba Gump Killers said,
Gump.
I really love those Australian stories. I'm in Sydney, and it's cool hearing Americans talk about our true crime legends. Chow was a very bad man. You guys told the story right. Love hearing Mick on the podcast. He's also awesome. Yes, he is.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Bubba Gump Killers. And then Dalton P. Perry comments, I'm a new listener in New York City, and I've been telling anyone who will listen about you. Maybe that's why we got all those listens there in Brooklyn. I really like the metal you play. I'm a huge fan of death and grind, so bring it on. So fuck yeah, dude. Hopefully you got your fill tonight. We played some good death and some good grind tonight.
It was definitely good music playing tonight.
And Chris, how about that last one, dude?
Jerry Kills Tom. Nice. Jerry Kills Tom 68. I had to think about the names of the characters. My brain. But yeah, Jerry Kills Tom 68 says, just when I thought you guys couldn't get any dumber, you keep surprising me. This podcast is for ignorant people with closed minds. Fuck yeah! I fucking love that comment.
I know. I
You're
saw the
best,
negative
dude.
comment. I love the negative ones. Those are
Hey,
funny.
you're the best. Thank you.
Dude, I made a living fucking talking about that shit in Low 12. We got fucking assaulted with that bullshit.
Fuck yeah, I love that.
That one
shit
dude,
fucking cracks me
remember
up.
the story about the guy J-Doggy when I had cancer? And
Yeah,
he went on
yeah.
the message board.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have cancer, rolling on floor
Yeah.
laughing. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Dude.
You know?
This fucking Jerry Kills Tom 68.
Yeah.
I gotta find him. I want to talk to him and be like, fuck yeah, thank you for your negativity.
All right, well, pick up a copy of one of my books. Get your copy of Creation of Chaos 4. The episode description, go to PeteAltieri.com. Or if it's easier for you to remember, creationofchaos.com, same thing.
Fuck yeah.
Check out murdermetalmayhem.com. That's our website. Got a web store on there and going to be doing some new things there as well.
Jim, we need to start on that new activity book. We keep
And
talking
yes,
about
that's
it.
on my
I'm
list.
fucking
Actually, I made a
slacking.
list the other day of shit that needs to get done. Joey's distro, we're going to link to that in the episode description. Joey, anything you want to mention about that?
Get all my swag, but also Friday the 13th, October.
Yes.
That's right, that free
Um,
show, right?
Yeah, free show up here in Toledo.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing a Goremonger set, but also the mighty Syphilic from Detroit. He's going to be there, and then fucking Alien 666, the homies.
Awesome.
Natural Graffiti, and fucking Disturbio Social 313. So, free show, Toledo, Ohio, Friday the 13th.
419.
If you're in the area, be there.
You know, when I was on the Tony Pacco website, Joey, I was scrolling, and at the bottom it had their phone number, and it was 419. I was dying.
Dude, wait, hold
But
on.
it's-
Quick question. That fucking picture you posted that said fucking 419666. What the fuck was that?
Because one of their fucking prefixes is 666.
One of their prefixes
Like,
is legitimately
yeah.
666.
That's the
fucking
whole goal.
awesome.
Somehow I need to figure out how to get a 419-666 number.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
0420 or something.
Yeah,
That would be
Dude.
amazing, dude.
No, I saw it.
0213.
Yeah.
Dude.
I brought it up, though. One time I had came out here to Toledo before I lived here, and I saw a sign that said that, and I brought it up on the podcast.
All right, I
and
drink.
I remember... And
Yeah.
Stephanie's mom told us, that that's a legit thing. And whenever I moved here, it was funny. Like the first time I ever saw one was on a dumpster, and I was like, "Oh my god, I need to get a picture." And then the one I posted the picture of, if you're on the Mayhem group on Facebook, you know what I'm talking about. But that one, that's a fucking big old fucking parking dump that they fucking put like right across the street, like down the way from where I live.
Right.
So right when I walk outside, if I'm sitting on the porch, all I see is 419-666, like big as
Fuck out
fuck.
here. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's hilarious, dude.
Welcome to the mayhem in the outro.
That's hilarious.
Dude, that's fucking great, though, dude. I saw that picture. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah. Well, like our Facebook group I mentioned, Joey just mentioned. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Join that 666 Club. $3 a month. It helps out pay the bills here. And that's patreon.com/murdermentalmayhem. Well, we can't let him go without hearing a karaoke song. A little blast from the past. So let's crank this shit up. And until next time, keep one foot in the gutter.
And keep your fist digging through your neighbor's panty drawer because, god damn, that's sexy.
Hey.
Hey, god damn it, Joey. Fuck.
Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you. Go on. Far across the distance and spaces between us, you have come to show you. Go on. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on. Once more, you open the door, and you're hearing my heart, and my heart will go on and on. Love can touch us one time and last for a lifetime and never let go till we're gone. Love was when I loved you. One true time I hold to in my life will always go on.
Canada, man.